everybody, Mr. G here again. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing our next set of projects on the C4 project car. So this is 1986 Corvette. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be replacing the mass airflow sensor. We're going to be replacing the idle air control valve, and then we're going to be setting up the throttle position sensor. So stay tuned.
Hey folks, this is Mr. G and welcome to Just Corvette Crazy. On this channel we talk about Corvettes, we fix some Corvettes, and we love to drive our Corvettes. So if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out a lot. Thanks.
Alrighty, we're back. Let's start with the easiest, which is going to be the mass airflow sensor. So easy removal, a couple of clips on the side, 1, 2, there's one plug underneath. So take the one plug out, and what we're going to do is I'm going to also spray some cleaner in there, and then the clamp on the front, and back that off. And take out mass flow air sensor. So that's basically what it looks like. This one is Bosch. It's probably the original. I've purchased an aftermarket. So hopefully everything is nice and compatible. They said they were. They look pretty much the same. They've got some protective covers on. I'll pop those off to protect the screens. And then it just goes back in like so. Like that. And like this. Oh, that worked well. So now it's all in there good and snug. This connector looks good, so click that in there like so. We're going to take this off and then reinstall our snorkel. That's good. And on this side, that looks good. So I'm going to take the snorkel off again, but everything seems to fit okay now. I'm going to take the snorkel off just to get a little bit of extra space so that I can remove the idle air control valve, which is located right here. So with this snorkel off, I can get a little bit better access. Now I notice these clips are a little bit loose, so I'm going to just kind of bend those so it better grabs. Again, when you're not using original equipment, there we go. It's not to say that the aftermarket stuff is bad. So I'm going to go over to the other side and remove that idle control valve. Better access, going to remove the throttle position sensor wiring. And then I have to remove
plug for the idle control valve. There we go. And then right underneath here, we're just going to grab the idle control valve. Once you break it free, they are easy to remove. You just have to turn it like not even an eighth of a turn, and it breaks the seal, and then it just easily threads out. Like so. That's it there. You can see the gasket is pretty rough. Now I did take that out and clean it. Basically what this is a little stepper motor, and it gets signals from the ECU to open and close that valve. So we're going to pop the replacement in. So that's it there. Okay, so make sure that you've got the gasket in place. And I'm just going to grab my light so that I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so basically just get her in there, line up your threads, put it in finger tight, and then give it one little eighth of a turn. Okay, so now she's seated. A little bit of a last turn. Now, the trick is you gotta watch, find out where your clip is for your plug, because it might not be in the same location as the one you took off. So line up your plug. Go and clip, and in you go. So now the clip is on the bottom, whereas before it was on the side. That looks like it's nicely seated in there. And again, we're going to go one more. Go around here. Yeah, she's good. Alright, so that's in. Now we're going to be coming back after and taking this plug out as part of the procedure for setting the idle. So just kind of remember where that plug is. So the clip is on the bottom. So now we'll put the snorkel back on. So we'll get the snorkel back on, and we'll come right back. We're going to short out pins A, B. Now we'll turn the ignition on, and our fan should run. There we go. So now what we're going to do is disconnect that idle control valve. Remember now that when we put the new one in, the clip is on the bottom side of the plug, so we have to undo that clip to get at it. So I'm going to undo and remove our throttle position sensor again, just to give me a little bit of extra room under here. Things are tight. Alright, so that plug is out of place. Throttle position sensor back in. So now the idea is we need to fire up the engine. Hopefully she starts. And then check our idle position. We're going to let it warm up a sec. That's idling right around 600 now. I'm going to back it off ever so slightly. But that's the kind of idle we're looking for right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut it down, reconnect the idle control valve, and reset the throttle position sensor. Next thing we need is our voltmeter and our little pins so that we can actually get some voltage measurements. All right. Got a few longer clips this time, or pins this time. Again, we're going into the top two. Let's see if we can get a voltage here. So that one will go into there, and this one into here. And again, all we're looking for is to try and make connection with the connector. The other way is to pierce the wires. I don't want to do that if I don't have to. Alright, I think we got it. There we go. So now we adjust for 0.54. Try doing the top one. No. And that should be it. Okay. Alright, so place it out carefully. Carefully. Disconnect your back. Shut her down. I'm going to put the idle control valve back. Shut her down. We're going to put the idle control valve back. And hopefully, that's it. Now, I'm going to disconnect the battery one more time, just to make sure that it forgets any of the latest codes. And we are there, and we are in. And we are snapped, I think. Oh. Yep, we are in. Okay. We're going to disconnect the battery. Just leave the battery disconnected for a short period of time. Just to remove any error codes that we had accumulated. So everything is back together. So today we did mass flow air, the idle air control valve, we did the oxygen sensor, and we did the burn-off relay. So now hopefully we just did our adjustment on the throttle position, so for the idle position. So that looked good. And all I'm doing now is resetting the ECU, get rid of any codes, so that the engine can learn again. Alright, so we have completed the next set of projects that we had for our C4 Corvette. So we replaced the mass airflow sensor, we replaced the idle air control valve, and then we set up our throttle position sensor. So that's 3 more jobs finished, checked off the list. So hope you enjoyed the video. Watch for more videos coming up real soon as we try and bring this C4 back to life. Everybody, take care of yourselves.